depression and anxiety.
And I struggle with an eating disorder, depression, and anxiety.
Depression, and as a result of that, I'm suicidal a lot. PTSD and anorexia.
When I was 12, I realized that I was sick. I did things that normal kids weren't doing. It was definitely abnormal. I wasn't playing outside or going out. I was always in my room, like alone. So I definitely realized that it wasn't, a normal behavior. It hit me like a wall, getting help.
Although the pain of living with my eating disorder was so hard, I just couldn't let it go. It was a part of me. Besides, I was never noticeably underweight, so no one would believe me if I told them I had an eating disorder. Every single day was a battle, and honestly, it was one that I was hoping I would lose.
I was walking out of therapy one day, and all of a sudden I just realized the only way I was going to get better was if I went to a hospital and had 24/7 care, and that was exactly what I needed.
I realized that happiness would not find me if I continued to destroy myself the way I was.
I think my life has a new outlook. I think I'm a better person for it, that I can understand people, and, I used to judge people based on how I used to judge myself, so, if someone didn't look a certain way, or if I didn't look a certain way, then they weren't good enough, but, now it's all about who people are, and I think it's more important to look at the world like that, and it makes me feel better about myself, and I've definitely gained so many different friends, and, just so many better experiences by being more open, so. I think the easiest way to erase the stigma is definitely to talk about it, and to educate people, and to create a community where if you are struggling, that you're not, it's not swept under the rug. I think a lot of times in communities it's something that, you just don't talk about it. Like, you keep it to yourself, and I think that's what keeps you sick. I mean, we always said secrets keep you sick in treatment. That was our big phrase. So I think talking about it is, it creates a community, it creates understanding. I know, after my 2 events, people have been so, eyes were open. Accountability is definitely one of the hardest parts. I think I have a really great team of therapists, a nutritionist, a doctor, my mother, my friends, people I went to treatment with. It's all about feeling comfortable and finally being able to reach out, and I think that's what's most important for me is I have so many people who are willing to support me, who I can reach out to, that that really keeps me more healthy. My biggest lifesaver has been art. I never knew I was artistic. I hated art for a long time, actually. I just hated it. I didn't like to paint. I didn't like to do anything. But then, when I was in the hospital, we painted all the time, and I fell in love with it. And I do it in my basement. I created my own little art studio. Whenever I eat, I go downstairs. I just have trained myself that instead of going to, use a negative behavior, I go into my basement and I paint, and I never would have ever thought that would be my coping skill, but art really has changed my recovery so much. And just don't be afraid to ask for help, because it's gonna be hard and it's gonna suck. It really is. There's no other way to put it, but as soon as you can ask for help, you're opening yourself up, and you're already, that's the first step to beating any mental illness, is opening up and saying, okay, I want to beat this, and I'm gonna open up, and mental illness thrives on secrets. So as soon as you get rid of the secrets, you get rid of that little bit of that mental illness. I think it's a huge problem that our insurance companies just don't look at it the same way. And, even they stigmatize it. They look at it like, okay, you're going to get help here. And then they don't want to keep funding it. But they don't understand how long recovery takes. And it's so personal that, it's such a case by case. It's not like a month is going to fix it, 2 months is going to fix it. You're not fixing anything. You're learning how to get better. I definitely think so. I mean, I grew up at the age where, I don't remember which Olsen twin had it, but an Olsen twin had an eating disorder, and, it was that, plus my parents were like, don't be that girl. And I was like, but I am. So it was I always talk about that stigma, there was that stereotype, plus the media, plus my parents. So it's just all that combined, I think, and the media makes it look like, oh my god, they make it look like this horrible thing, which that person's suffering, and you don't look at it like that. You never look at, oh, she's in so much pain. You look at it as, oh, she's on some sort of weird diet. That's not what it is at all. And, I think the media is just as responsible for portraying it that way, too. I mean, I think they really turned it around. I think I'm a huge Demi Lovato fan. I mean, I think that she turned it around in a way, the media, I listened to the interviews, they asked questions where, someone less confident definitely would have answered them in a way where, you know, the questions were definitely very leading, and I think that they do try and, you know, because they're the media, they want the gossip, they want the dirt, but sometimes you just need to give them the hard facts, and I think when Demi Lovato came out, that's what really helped me to get treatment. And I'm taking this to Baylor with me. I plan on doing a fashion show there, just like the fashion show I had here. I hope to get involved. I want to be a nurse, so I hope to work in like this field. My nurses in the hospital were amazing. I used to go to them more than I would go to my therapist. They were so funny, so personable, and you know, they just inspired me to want to be a nurse. So I hope that I can be like that bedside person that, you know, someone who's sick can go to and feel like they can confide in. I don't want to be treated differently. I think I want people to know that what I suffer with makes me no different than someone who's a diabetic, you know, or someone who is struggling with epilepsy. You know what I mean? It's just something I live with, to me. And I'm going to always have one, you know. I'm either going to be active in it or I'm going to be in recovery from it. And I think that's really important for people to know is it's just a part of me, it's not who I am.
Although my illnesses are a part of me, they don't have to stay that way. I didn't choose to get sick, but I can choose recovery. So I chose life, I chose recovery, and every single day is so hard, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm taking my life back. I realize I'm so much more than my eating disorder. I'm a dreamer, I'm an actor, I'm a fighter. Most of all, I'm a daughter of the one true king.
I have an eating disorder and I'm neither proud nor ashamed of it. Everyone has something.